Alright, that's enough of that. What do you say? Let's get to it, guys. Welcome, Team Liquid viewers, Fight Club viewers. It is awesome to have you here. I am your host, BC Dagger, and today it's going to be just me. Now, I am presenting to you the new challenger, Predator_PL. He will be going by Predator today, and he is a good, fierce, competitive Zerg player in the higher A range than the two previous contenders that were unable to take a single game off of Koget. And so today, you're probably asking yourself, did I lose track of time this week? And no, you have not lost track of time. I am really sorry that I was not able to do this cast live on Tuesday. I probably have the best excuse around. My lifelong best friend passed away. I got the news last week. Unfortunately, they found him dead in his apartment last Monday. And so I was away. I was paying my respects. And now we have to pay our respects to StarCraft 1 by getting as many viewers as possible to watch these badasses that are going to be playing against each other today. So you know what? In honor of my passing friend, I poured one out for him. We will drink to him. And this cast will be in honor of him. So yes, absolutely, this is a hard thing to deal with. Now, I have, in the past year, I've lost a cousin-in-law, I've lost my father, my 16-year-old dog, and my best friend. So, literally, a shit year, shit past year. There's going to be a lot of cursing today, so earmuff yourselves if you feel like you don't want to hear the cursing today. Anyway, okay, so we're getting past that, and you're probably wondering, BC Dagger, what kind of swag gear do you got on today? Always trying to show up with the next style, and so yes, what's that you've got there? Are those SpongeBob glasses? Bah! Yes, they are. I've got SpongeBob glasses on today. Oh, man, it's going to be sick because, you know what? SpongeBob makes everything better. It's all about ADD, color changing, and rapid movement. And that's what StarCraft encapsulates right there. All those things, ADD and rapid movement. So we've got a ZVT today. And Koget is like this ZVT god. He hasn't lost a game in 10 games in a row. 10-0. You would think that, even the lowest of scrubs would be able to just scrub out a single game, like one sweet-ass cheese. But no, that hasn't happened. You know what? So I'm really excited. Today, for the first time in Fight Club, we are not starting with the Max Circuit Breaker. And that's good enough for me to just get these games started. So let's go ahead, get this up and running. Switch to scene 13. Oh, by the way, and there's no spoilers there, don't worry about that. 9 replays no matter what. Now, let me tell you what, guys. I have just been confirmed for the Africa Star League Team League cast. So I will be casting it this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be plugging that in a ton. And of course, if you watch my stream, you can get swag gear. Like Invidentia, one of my most loyal viewers, actually won just by being a viewer. And Africa signed a mouse pad by all the pro players that competed in the ASL. So, I mean, that is some sick ass swag. If you don't know where my channel is and you're thinking, well, I do enjoy watching Tastostas, you could be watching my stream instead and getting signed mouse pads. There's nothing that you have to sign up for. You just have to watch it. And, you know, of course, if you want to donate them stars, you can too. Okay, so this is the first game. We got to pay it some respects here too. Overwatch. Yes, we have a 2-player foreign-made map here. Let's reveal it, get everything up and going. Yep, at the top left here is going to be our Zerg player, Predator. Aren't you tired of these ZVTs? Well, Predator might take things to a different level. Now that we know we have someone who just, you know, exceeds the skill level of the previous 2 players, it's almost like Koget is climbing the ladder of difficulty here, which in my mind makes this even more exciting. You know, it's nice that we kind of get the gradual motion into really good challengers. Remaining is True Touch and Eon Zerg, and Koget, if he does win out today, will probably have a chance to either play 2 of them. DeWalt is signed up, so lots of really good opponents coming down the line. So this is your 2-player map. We're just going to go ahead and hide that back up again. And yeah, that's right. Wordy, what's up? I just saw that you were a follower. Thank you for joining in the StarCraft 1 viewing. Ending Life, Evil Eye, Young 821. You guys are just beastly. So, Flash for the Win not joining me today. So, not only will I be drinking today, But I'm solo casting. I'm going to have to pull it all together. And here's the deal. These players are so damn good that I'm going to miss things. I'm going to rely on you guys to make sure if I miss something, you shout it out in chat. Hopefully stream delay isn't too bad. And we will be able to go back in time. Oh, exactly. You guys are doing what I said you should do. Look out for the stream. So this is clearly not a 4-0 leading score here as we're going into the first game. Oh, man, Koget. You boss, though. It might be another 4-0. We might see that today. Alright, so looking outside the base here, the barracks at the front, and yeah, so he's gonna open up with the... Where is that supply depot? Oh boy. So a faster barracks, a follow-up supply depot coming down second here. And for those of you who do come from StarCraft 2, you may be conditioned to see that supply depot first, but no, you can build your barracks first. No big deal. And BBS, a very common strategy as a cheese strategy for Terran players. We see that the Overlord is working its way down towards the right. Previously, we saw that Zerg spawned down at the bottom right and had some pretty good muta positioning to attack on this ledge over here, work its way up and attack over here. But Koget had a really fun starport play type build, really fast to starport, allowed him to just kind of control the atmosphere, get Valkyries out, use Goliaths to control the ground, and actually went fast mech to use Vultures for dropship Vulture harassment. So we've seen really the House of Cards out of Koget. A lot of fun here as we do see the SCV coming up towards the top left. Yeah, TT1, what's up? Welcome to the cast 2. I welcome you all again. And today's drink of choice is Guinness beer. If you are not a Guinness fan, then get into it now. Guinness is actually pretty solid beer. We do have a Polish Zerg today. I know people have those Polish Zerg jokes, but representing Warsaw, Poland here, Predator, a really sharp looking guy. You can see both these guys are all about the business based on their business suit wear here. Okay, 2 Marines coming out here, a 3rd Marine lagging behind, but you can see with this barracks early, barracks out at the front, this is some flash style play here where the early aggression can come in here and really start to disrupt things. So as these Marines make their way across, 2 drones are out trying to actually pick up that SCV. They're going to start heading towards the north. No point in engaging inside these Marines. Now, this hatchery being finished up at the time it is, there is the opportunity where a drone might be able to sink itself into that creep and start working towards a sunken colony. But this is so tough. The bunker here is absolutely beautiful because the Marines behind it are actually guarded, so the drones, the Zerglings, can't really get into the range of it. And in fact, when the Zerglings do try and take down this bunker, there's this left side that is defended here. So you can see, yes, the creep colonies, thank goodness to the creep coming in here pretty quickly, are starting to mutate into these sunken colonies. They're going to be so important in defeating this early game pressure. Alright, and someone says, Predator also lost to Overlord, delaying lean production. That is a good call out too. Thank you guys so much for that. Losing that Overlord early on was something that that we saw Fear the Queen had trouble with too. Koget's so good at identifying the scout patterns of Overlords, especially on a 2-player map like this, where his early Marines are able to pay off and catch him off guard. So we are going to see that this bunker is eventually going to go down. These links almost getting picked off too. Of course, there's no target fire coming out of these bunkers. Let's see, while that bunker play... I thought we were going to see those Zerglings up on the ramp coming down here. I mean, besides this, Koget is going for this monster expansion. These Marines are just going to hightail it out of here. They do not care at all. And a nice move on the bridge to just kind of control the pace here. Maybe pick up a few Zerglings, but the Zerglings will kill all. We see that there is the extractor, full drone, no, just 2 drones on top of this, but the lair is mutating at this point too. So losing a sunken colony, an Overlord, some delay on drones, a huge production of Zerglings to have to respond to this. Koget is leagues ahead so far, based on his past interactions with Fear the Queen and Infected. This is almost an unturnable point for this Terran monster. Okay, but you see the Lynx can't get in. This is a nice wall here. The Marines have everything covered. And going inside of this main base, you can see that the refinery just having 2 SCVs on it, just enough gas to allow that +1 upgrade to come along. So the academy is late. which means that stim and range are going to be coming late here too. But stim researches pretty quickly, and this +1 upgrade actually takes a bit longer to finish up. So I agree with Koget going for that +1 upgrade right away. Lair's finishing up, and here, you know, this is the red flag that I saw earlier. By not having the 3 drones on here, and not making the extractor here due to the delayed drone production, we're actually instead seeing this lurker aspect style coming into fruition. So I really like this, this change up from mutas into lurkers. But is there going to be the vision? Yes, the comsat station's coming in right now. 2 comsat stations going to be just flush with energy once they do finish up. So that's going to help out Koget quite a bit. When you can't scout, you got to get that vision. And he's completely blocked in to his base. There's no escaping for the Terran player at this time. Quite a few Zerglings out here to just set up some sort of trap on top of these Marines if they can pull it off as so. And still, we are seeing the extractor coming in a little bit late. You know what I'd like to see, though, is the ability for Predator to take a 3rd base behind all this. But really, he's just set himself so far behind. You can see that the drone count is low, just even at the main base. There hasn't been any heavy droning. Okay, here comes the Bioforce working its way through this small choke point in the middle. Well, there's a little bit of an AI issue. We haven't seen PVT yet, or Protoss in general, but there are a couple maps on here that actually aren't friendly to Protoss units, such as Dragoons, and we're going to see that, especially if we get drawing like DeWalt for next week. We will be doing the live drawing. I'm going to open up signups for week 4 right after this, or week 5 right after this caps too. Oh, here comes the stim in, and there's nothing to defend. Where all these Zerglings? Not here. And so this sunken colony looks like it's going to go down. And there's just enough. There's just enough that's going to kill off this sunken 2. Meanwhile, at the front, it's just a patch of Zerglings that aren't going to be able to help out. The drone's getting killed off in this natural base, and Koget is saying, ZVT is my bread and butter. Man, this is getting too easy. And in fact, just 20 supply left over. GG. Predator taps out, and game number 1 goes to the undefeated Terran player, Koget. What is this bullshit? Terran is just so good. It is getting outrageous, guys. Too outrageous. Koget too legit to quit. All right. Guys, the stream is live every Tuesday, except for, of course, today, because the passing of my best friend. I was at the funeral yesterday. Things cannot be shifted around. I think you all understand. But if you want to make me feel better, donate towards the stream. And do you know why I say that? Because all this money is going to go towards these foreign players. Koget has won 11 in a row. If Koget goes undefeated today, I'm going to double his winning for today. This all comes out of my pocket, and your donations just go towards extending Fight Club. But if he goes 5-0 today, Koget will win $60. Okay, well, I am putting it on the line for Predator. He really needs to step up here and actually win a game. Otherwise, I'm just going to be going broke. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I've got the weird overlay. Okay, here we go. So just a minor break as I get ready for the next sting. I also like to do the slideshow here, so learn a bit about Predator real quick. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night, you're a hot one to hold. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want your sex and your affection when they're holding you close. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, 'cause I'm in need of something good right now.
All right. We're gonna get into game number 2 in just a second, and let's have Patrick ask SpongeBob if Bisu Dagger has eyes. Well, gee, SpongeBob, do you think that Patrick has eyes? Alright, that's the conclusion of that discussion. Let's go to scene 13 here. Click on this. Circuit breaker coming in right now. We've got the score updated. It's just switching. It's switching. I promise. Oh my goodness, that lag. Alright. Alright, ZVT, guys, continued. 11 games in a row. Koget's got the 11-game win streak. Monster winnings if he does win out today. Meanwhile, if he does win 5 weeks in a row, then he gets a monster bounty put on his head. That's where it comes in. You actually want Koget to win 5 weeks in a row, because whoever takes out Koget after that 5th week actually wins bounty money by defeating him. So that's even more awesome. Some Tam Teje Mapai, something about pies. Predator's hungry, which is why he lost that first game. And now he's saying, well, my Marines ate your overlord. That was like some tasty pie. Okay, so we're on Circuit Breaker. It's a 4-player map. That's enough of that. Terra player down at the bottom is going to be Koget. And of course, this Overlord. Maybe this one will stay alive. For Predator, the Zerg player at the top right. And we've got these nice, beautiful vertical spawns on the right side, and this is good. I think this is very, very promising for Predator. He is an A-level player, not A- like we've seen in the past. He's got this, right? Okay, so the drone already up inside that extractor. I'd love to see Predator hold this down in a better situation and get to Mutas and see some of the A-level Mutamicro. I thought Infected had some pretty decent Mutamicro, but maybe he just had some bad luck on the maps. And Fear the Queen, I thought he had some pretty good macro games, but of course, Koget just came out with some troll builds that were way too hard to overcome. Because that's just the way the Terran crumbles. Okay, so the SCV heading out towards the left is actually not going to see this Overlord. How cute of this Overlord. It's gonna sneak its way over here. But will it actually confirm the Terran player? Because both these players not seeing either one so far. So unfortunately, this drone, which could have hung tight back at its base, is going to be heading over towards the left. And I wonder if it's going to have a quick return back home as soon as this Overlord vision starts to extend. Okay, the SCV is there. Let's keep an eye on this guy. Is he just going to go ahead? Yeah, nope. He's coming back. He's on his way to Funky Town. Okay, meanwhile, Command Center here. And you know what? This is so ballsy. Meanwhile, the Zerglings here, that was a fast spawning pool. Speed is on the way, and the Zerglings are heading down towards the south. Yes, if you didn't catch that earlier, that spawning pool came down right away before that hatchery. These Zerglings are starting to apply some pressure against a command center opening. Oh my god, Koget, are you going to be able to monster your way out of this one? The Zergling claws going nuts. A Marine has made it inside of the bunker. The SCVs clog this ramp like a bad artery from a person who eats McDonald's every day. The supply depot out at the front, that's so beautiful because it's going to block the surface area towards the left, the easy access area for these Zerglings to attack. Meanwhile, a second Zergling coming in here, constant rain production, the command center still on its way, and this tasty bunker looks like it may be too difficult to take down, but here comes the speed. The Zerglings trying to just sneak their way up. Can they get up the ramp? There's just 2 SCVs left. The Marine damage is not going to be enough. 2 Zerglings are going to get inside. Oh boy. 2 Zerglings left inside the base here, and you can see that they are hungry for these SCVs, but the Marines are going to come out. They're going to come out. There's not any more Zerglings. You can see, look at the map. There's no more Zerglings coming down, and as soon as this one gets taken out, I believe that the disadvantage is complete for Predator. How does Koget manage to do it every time? I mean, someone slap this guy in the face. This is abuse to the next level here. We can see, oh, that last Zergling, it does go down. The drone returning home too. Maybe he just wanted to build a hatchery over there, not going to fly here. So double command center production. 14 SCVs so far. Let's look inside this natural base. 11 drones. There's no lair. The hatchery has only just finished up here, and it's got to be all for drones, right? A third hatchery, a macro hatchery at least, on its way here too. And what do you do now that all that gas has been spent and it's not being put to use? Someone says feels evenish. I've got to disagree. I've got to disagree. This does not feel evenish. This is evilish, if anything. You just need to do a slight letter change there. Okay, how much damage can these 5 Marines do? I love that he's pushing out here, even with the Zergling speed upgrades. This Overlord should have seen it, though. It has that nice vision. The tentacles have cameras on each one. So they put, like, how many tentacles do you think are on an Overlord here? This is more important than the rest of the game. 7 tentacles, maybe, with GoPros at the end of each tentacle hoof. Absolutely wonderful. So, these Marines don't know what to do. They don't have their fine lady with them. There's no medic quite yet. Look how late this academy is. So at least the tech is late. The engineering bay hasn't finished up yet either. But as soon as that's done, there's going to be plenty of gas here to go for that +1. Now you can see the strobe light show going crazy. Electric funeral for the Zerg opponent. You know what? But Koget, he hasn't done any damage offensively. He hasn't sent his Marines out to do attacks. The second extractor coming down still. The lair has finished up. And where's that wonderful spire going to spawn its way up? Ah, here we go. See it flying up almost already to 101/6 of the way. Done! You can do it! Okay, so these Zerglings making it across the bridge here. They're going to control everything. They are the watchers of the Zerg race right now. And can they get an SCV pickoff? Nope, nope, nope. They got to run back away. Playing the dodgy game the best they can. Meanwhile, these Marines, they are just huddled outside the bunker. Sad they can't get inside and play a risky game of truth or dare with some medics. More Zerglings coming out here. 7 Zerglings so far. No defensive units. No Sunkens. Because every drone matters right now. They've got to invest themselves completely into putting themselves into economy. So it's all about the drones. No Sunkens. No gas here, by the way. This is absolutely fine because what I was going to point out anyway is this wonderful 5 racks that we're seeing. Of course, Koget is going 5 racks. Flash says go 5 racks. Koget reads the Flash manual on a daily basis. And so this is absolutely amusing. Okay. So what I was actually showing was Koget's favorite, or Predator's favorite map is Andromeda. And if you didn't see the tidbit, you'll see it after this cast. But Flash is the most winningest player on Andromeda, despite July having an undefeated 13-0 record as a Zerg player. A very balanced map, a good pick, old school pick for Predator to choose. I agree with that map pick indeed. Well, +1 isn't finished yet. Let's look at that +1 progress update. The range upgrade being added onto these rifles. They just get the rifles longer, scope it out, make those gauze rifles shoot just a little bit further. Meanwhile, okay, we've got the nasty mutas. 9 mutas are already up and running. We can see a few more added in, almost to that perfect control group, but they're going to need to come out here and actually play against these bio forces. So this is going to be a huge deal. Can these Zerglings and mutas engage at the right time? So you know, there is this help here with the Zerglings from the left side if they can engage at the right time. The medic's kind of at the front here too. If there was a good glaive pickoff, he could have got maybe 2 medics at the same time. They do, oh boy, they do love healing each other oh so quickly. So it is tough to be able to pick off all of those medics. Meanwhile, looking at this, the turret line's looking pretty solid. I do agree with this. A turret to guard the 5 racks up here at the north here too, making sure that nothing gets picked off. We've got to keep those wonderful Marines alive. So the Bioforce pushing out one more time, +1 finished up, stim, range, available on these Bioforces. Not too much damage being done. What needs to be more Mutalist Micro here. 9 Mutas still remain. Half the forces was picked off, but there's no Zerg reinforcement here. I think that Predator can do this though. He's got to rein it in. There is this third base at the top left-hand corner. It's about a quarter of the way through here, too. That's not good! That's not good! These mutas, they're taking a lot of hits. But, yeah, down to 4 now. And these are unmedicked Marines, but they're still doing quite a bit of damage. Down to 2 mutalists now. Okay, 1 sunken, 1 creep colony remaining here. No hive tech. The push is coming up the left side. They're going to get up inside this ramp. The Brave Marine ferreling its way through, and we see that there's no lurkers to defend. All sorts of tech trouble we're seeing for the Zerg player here, and this is just going to be a dynasty of tears if Predator somehow can't respond to this. The lurkers on the ground, 3 lurkers in total. They're not, they do stim, but they don't move in. They aren't moving in. Meanwhile, a huge number of Zerglings have made their way towards the bridges, trying to pick off the bio reinforcements here. Dual action going on. We've got to go over towards the left here. Identified this as hatchery. It looks like it's going to go down no matter what. Meanwhile, these Zerglings, the mutas, are trying to push in here one more time. Just 1 muta remaining, but the Zerglings should be able to pick off these bio forces. Oh, but the ones from the north going to flank out the Zerg player, and there's not much left. Down to 52 supply. A lot of those are in drones and lurkers, really. That's what we have. 6 lurkers here for the monster defense. The hive tech on the way, and it's going to have to be some monster turtling. 0 level, rein it in if he can. Oh, beautiful scan going down for Koget, though. Again, he's got those concept stations. The energy's been stacked up, ready to do this. I do love the lurker on lurker action, though, and that's going to at least give Predator a little bit more time. Okay, we can see that how many Zerglings are coming in here. 19 total Zerglings going to be joined in with these 2 lurkers. Oh, now they're going to be able to get these Marines. They were spread out. They do stim up, but it looks like with the lurkers coming down here, it should. He got that lurker on the left. What a cheeky move. Koget playing wonderfully, as always, reining himself in from Amsterdam. A solid Terran player indeed, putting on a great exhibition here. Alright, excuse me, I'm getting way too excited for the Terran player who just looks like he might overwhelm again. So the Queen's Nest here, of course, the hive tech about to finish, but what to follow? Not a lot of gas for the Zerg player here. Additional hatchery really far away. He's just taking a gainful risk here as he tries to take this additional base, but the SCV, the Joyful SCV, is just going to be taking a stroll all the way down to the bottom left to see what is he going to see. This hatchery, and the bio force is going to send themselves directly down to the bottom left. Why? Because it's still pretty hard to break a Zerg player at the natural hatchery, even if there is that disadvantage. All right, where is he? Okay, there's the Marine coming up here. It's going to be joining in. This SCV, it is already too lazy, not going to even help with the attack, despite the fact that they were equipped with some level of attack. So all the forces, there's a stim there as they work their way across, all the way down to 30 health here. These Zerglings are just waiting for that key opportunity to attack maybe a tank? A tank kill would be nice. This dropship is a nice move here too. And Koget does a great job of always transitioning into starports, mainly like an SK style play, because he gets a couple dropships out before really he starts doing that dual pumping into science vessels. But it's all about these bio forces and their upgrades. All right, I forgot to lock my mouse in within the frame of this game client, and so every once in a while I am just so erratic that I am clicking things outside, and it is just cracking me up so much that I refuse to lock my mouse in. I am just stubborn in that way. So that hatchery's done down there. There's no hatchery up here. Everything's absolutely locked down. There is this hatchery here at the north. I think that maybe it would have been smarter to go for this hatchery, but he was trying. He was trying to just hide it away and get that bottom left one, but Koget is probably one of the best scouting Terran players of the foreign arsenal here. I love how he is constantly checking bases because he knows there's only certain ways where he's really going to fall behind. So the science vessels are going to be pushing forward. Oh, but the Scourge managed to land it in here. This drone, you see that drone's better than the SCV because the drone does come out to help him with this attack. Oh my god! Oh, the Scourge one more time! Bam! Gets it done, but that sacrificial irradiate manages to land it in here. Somehow this siege tank survives with 4 health, but there is a nice full health tank in the back here too. And once these tanks get up on the ridge, without the Mutalisks to really pick off those tanks, it gets pretty tough. You've got to have more bases. You've got to be more spread out across the map. And Nidus Canals really help here too, because if you had a Nidus Canal out here, you could actually transport units out and backstab from behind. like these Zerglings are doing. Look at them trying to streamline themselves down here towards the bottom right. Oh, there's too much of defense here. Fire Bats are out. Vultures for this mech transition that Koget may need to go to if Predator can hold out for a long enough time. We can see here, though, that he actually didn't build anything to defend against this Marine. He's just going balls to the wall. Oh, now he calls it. GG. Oh. Wow. Okay, well, that's it. Of course, there was the drop, but there were too many things going on. Too many death animations at the same time. Well, that's it. That's 2-0. This is a best of 9. Koget's got an avalanche, as this looks like it might turn into a landslide of a victory here as he goes up. Okay, so we're going up. Someone's saying that Marwin is better than Koget. No way. Koget is the bomb. Look at him just manhandling all of these Zerg players. All right, so we're going to go into a quick break again. Let me rest my voice, switch over to the next replay. I hope you guys can handle that. Hang out for just a minute and a half, and we will be ready to go.
We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake, we'd be the only sound. Get on my knees and say your friend change round. But I can make your hands clap. And I can make your hands clap. And I can make your hands clap. My flesh is searching through your wisdom, there's no never deny. I'm like a stranger, give me danger on your road and your right. Secrets on Broadway to the freeway, you're a keeper of crabs. Feel no conviction, grips of wrath can only sweeten your wine. But you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, 'cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we
All right, a little bit of a recap of what's been going on. Guys, Fight Club is today on Wednesday instead of Tuesday, but we'll resume to Tuesday next week. Why is it today? I was at my best friend's funeral yesterday. If you want to show some love, then please donate, and I will just allocate all that money towards the players, all the players that are going to be competing in Fight Club. If we exceed my goal down at the bottom, I'm going to double the pool of money. So if we reach 1,000, I'm going to double it, and I'm going to put it into a tournament at the end of the year. So please let us try and reach that goal, so that way we can have a end of the year foreign tournament. We want to make this awesome. On top of that, I am going to be officially casting the Africa Team League that will be starting this Saturday and Sunday. Africa TV just literally before this cast sent me my contract to sign for that cast, so please show your love there. And if you are a viewer, you have a chance of winning signed mouse pads by watching my stream. So you can get Bisu, Flash, Jaedong, all the top dogs signing a mouse pad, and that will get delivered to you at no additional cost, nothing. You can just win it by watching my channel. So please do that. I would love it. That is my ASL ENG2 Africa TV stream, which will be renamed accordingly for the Team League play. But yeah, you know what? If you're broke, I understand it. If you're just slightly less than broke, donate $1. All the dollars matter. Anyway, by the way, we're going to the game number 3 in just a second here. Sniper Ridge. Yes, that's right. So excuse me, let me switch over to scene 13. All right. And of course, I'm sorry that these glasses are a distraction, but you've got to deal with them because my wife bought these for me, and God forbid I take these off because, I mean, SpongeBob is the shit. So actually, hold on here, hold on. I have, after this game, I'm gonna start doing some hilarious stuff. Because, you know, if this is a 5-0 sweep, I've got to get all of my top-notch stuff out of the way. Anyway, I'm going to have to also pop a beer after this game. So let's go for it! Alright. Everything looks in order. Everything does. Okay, down at the bottom left, we're going to have our Terran player. It's going to be Koget. He has now won 12 games in a row against Zerg. 12 games! Even that 9-pull speed with a 14cc opening was deflected. Okay, down at the bottom right, Predator. Predator, it's all on you. He is going to make or break my wallet today. Koget will double his earnings for today if he can win all of these games 5 in a row. Oh. I hear a notification here, but I'm not sure what the notification was. Oh, donation! Jelizark! The one who said he was broke just threw up $2. You are the man. So much love. You are just too cool. Meanwhile, people, you need to donate towards the Zerg race in total. Start donating towards their streams because they apparently need all the money they can to afford skipping their day job so they can focus on trying to figure out how the hell this ZVT is supposed to work. How indeed. All right, let me see. I think I have... Oh, I have the alert box over here. Okay, that helps me out. So we're still seeing that just the supply depot opening, not that barracks opening that we saw in game number 1. Meanwhile, this is the 12 hatch economical opening that we're seeing here. Are you guys unfamiliar with Sniper Ridge? Do you forget about it every once in a while? It's the swastika map. Let's just go ahead and vent the air on this. Yes, we all know what it looks like. But it's not that. It's nothing terrible. We don't want to offend anybody. And Mazel tov to anybody who does have a birthday today. Because you guys are just cool for watching StarCraft on your birthday. Alright, so we've got the expansion, the hatchery coming out here. And I had just... I had the saddest day yesterday. But it was a happy day on the same time in terms of... I saw so many old friends and family members, and you know, it's kind of heartwarming to see everybody come together in tough moments. So just remember to text someone that you haven't talked to in a long time. Tell them that you love them, and you know, if you've got a brother or sister that you haven't beat up in a while, yell Fight Club and just assault them. Because Fight Club really needs to get some anger going. I mean, are we tired of this Terran bias here? When is the patch going to come through? Blizzard needs to save StarCraft 1 because it seems like Zerg is just having no luck whatsoever. So the extractor's not up yet. The spawning pool is down. The SCV sees everything that Predator is going for here. And the block! Oh, the woes continue! The woes continue! God, I need to call in on Frazier and have my feelings vented. This is ridiculous. Okay, so the extractor is going to come up here. The extractor woes, they will continue for a little while as this refinery stays alive. The Zerglings are going to finish up shortly here. The command center is on its way. A second barracks coming down. So this is 2 racks before Academy or Engineering Bay. I love it. I love it from Koget. He knows exactly what he's going to do here. Going to be very aggressive. And I apologize for scratching my nose periodically. Please excuse it. I apparently have a slightly runny nose. This is scary stuff because apparently the flu's going around. And God forbid I get the flu before this Team League cast because I will cast through the flu. I've casted in 10-degree weather, so I do not care what the ailments are. How can we forget? How can we forgo the ability to cast Team Flash versus Team Bisu? There's Team Stork and Team C out there. Unfortunately, Jaedong had to cancel because he has those wrist injuries. So show Jaedong some love because he is trying to continue his practice, but he's foregoing the Team League because he wants to be able to win in ASL. That is ultimately the most important thing to him. Oh, don't Bisu fans wish they could hear that. That individual leagues were actually important to him instead of all these team leagues that he's happened to massacre against other players. I mean, despite the fact that he has like the most pro league wins in a season of 54 and 4 all kills in a single winners league season. Oh my God, just win some damn tournaments already. You're losing your validation as a Protoss player. All right, slash rage over. These Zerglings starting to poke their way outside here. We can see that the lair is not over, so Spire is not on its way yet. Meanwhile, let's look inside these bases one more time. It's been Academy first here. So to get that stim, really important. +1 is going to be delayed a little bit later here. But because he does have the constant gas coming in, he will have the gas for the engineering bay +1 eventually. It's all going into these beautiful medics that just love to preen and groom these very handsome steroid-infused Marines here. This one is going out. Oh, what a valiant soldier here. Oh, he is running back. Come on. Zerglings, bait yourselves in there. It's 3 on 4, and they are not going to take that fight. Meanwhile, this SCV is still continuing to be a nuisance, finally getting picked off by that Zergling inside of here. We can see that the Spire, it's nearing that halfway point. Halfway towards getting towards those mutas. How well is Predator going to do against this defense, though? 3 Sunkets are morphing in. It looks like they're going to finish up. They should finish in time, though. Oh, he brings Firebots into you, too. The drones are going to have to get pulled. The Bioforces are just a little bit too strong, a little bit too early. Predator did not plan on this. He's losing so many drones. Game number 3. Game number 3. It looks like it's going to go to Koget one more time. Oh, my God. This is sickening. Oh, take your Tums. How upset are your stomachs? And he pulls back. He sees that, well, there's no more drones. There's just a bunch of Sunkens. Why lose these units? Oh, fear the Kakaroo, because that might end up doing more damage than the Zerglings can. But the Zerglings do pull them way out. There's a lot of Zerglings. Predator's going to go for a hard counter-attack here. He wants to come in and apply some pressure. But this racks amount of macro here. 3 racks is already completed, and that slow moonwalking medic just wants to just dilly-dally between the barracks. Oh boy. Alright, the Zerglings, they can't get inside. This is a wide opening gap here towards that natural base. One of those advantages that Predator can take advantage of on Sniper Ridge. And Sniper Ridge 2.0 if you want to be a critic. Okay, but I do love that the bunker's coming out here. When I've seen Terran players lose to Zerg, I know as rare as it is a unicorn, they typically lose because they do something foolish like forgo that bunker and take some pretty heavy damage by like maybe this massive early amount of Zerglings. But instead here, we're just seeing that it's 6 Zerglings, 7 Mutalisks, a pretty low count. The droning had to resume. So I'm actually, no, we're seeing here more droning is still coming in here. I would have been sad otherwise if there weren't more drones coming on, because Predator knows that despite the fact that he's going for these mutas here, he's not going to get a lot of damage in. There's a lot of army here. The turrets are already in a good spot. +1 is halfway over, so maybe you can take advantage of the fact that the damage output from these Marines is just going to be slightly lower. But otherwise, I mean, these flying dragons just not, well, I guess all dragons fly except for the Komodo dragon. But these flying dragons not getting any solid glaive shots in here. 3 turrets at a great location. The 4th one here, the nice SCV pickoff, so it's just going to be halfway finished. It looks just like a crappy sprite here, but no, it's actually just incomplete. Nice SCV picks-offs here as the mutas are just trying to poke it a little bit further. Oh, let's look at the SCV count at 37. So, still, I like the poke-ins. That was pretty decent. It's just an Overlord here at the top. So, still only no 3rd hatchery yet, but that drone looks like it's going to start making its way over. The Bioforces, though, 23 Marines in total, 4 medics, and that seems unusually low, which makes me want to check, actually. So, well, only 3 racks. Koget's decided that he's going to forgo the 5 racks. He's going to go for the faster factory, get the starport tech out. He's working towards science vessels, but as soon as he gets this add-on, I imagine that a dropship is going to come in. Meanwhile, there is this game of cat and mouse coming out here in the middle of the map. Let's see, can we poke back in here? Not right away. Will it be that dropship? Oh, the Zergling's going to engage, but they're going to get picked off really quickly. Stim doing a great job here. We can see that +1 is, yep, +1 finishes right now. Man, after you cast enough of these replays, it's just kind of automatic timings, especially when you watch one player over and over and over. This is the definition of insanity. So these Hydralisks, there must be lurker aspect almost completed here, and the Marines aren't out. So I would say, for whatever, when you want to look at here, Predator has managed to delay these Bioforces before the Hydralisk could get picked off. This lurker aspect is going to finish. The Queen's Nest is on the way. Hive Tech is going to be coming in very shortly here, too. Koget knows. Koget's going to push out, though. He knows his timings, wants to see if he can make his way across the map, feels like it's going to be a Zerg army light, and tries to just pave his way forward. Meanwhile, a science vessel coming up very quickly here. And I love the fact that these tanks have been added in here too. It's going to be up these 2 very strong tanks. And you know, when you get those 2 tanks, it becomes less about applying the pressure over here at this third base and really trying to apply the pressure over here. Because your tanks are not as strong trying to hit those lurkers on the high ground as they are at just weakening the front base defense at that natural of those sunken colonies. And so that's the way that Koget is going to be heading over right now. These Mutas trying to just tear the way again. Oh man! So you can see that a tank has been taken out. These Mutas are killing off a lot of medics. In fact, this is the first time we've seen a real lack of control by a Koget in this entire series. And that irradiate. Doing so much damage. Remember, you have to do some cloning moves. Get those medics, or get those Mutalisks spread out here. And now they're going to be relatively weakened as they try to continue to push in here. So energy is low here. The vessel health is low. And actually attacking this vessel isn't completely critical. But the lurkers here, of course. Oh, yes! The Mutas get pushed in here. They pick off that science vessel. So at least the lurkers will only be revealed by scans. And scans, of course, are going to be very, very useful to have, as White Raw would say. So he does have the comsat stations just plenty full of energy here. And the damage on these sunken colonies, despite having 300 health, coming down pretty quickly. Oh, look at that! Some high ground lurkers. A scan on top of these Mutalisks. Just trying to gauge how many numbers there are. Predator might be able to beast out of here. That tank, one more hit, it does, and then he goes right into lurker aspect right away. And so he's got all these lurkers, going to be able to clear out these units. Now remember, it looks like Koget is playing weak. It looks like Predator is playing a better game. But this is because Koget decided not to go for 5 racks as quick. So now he has 5 racks in here though. He's got vultures that are coming out, a 3rd command center, so he does have that economic edge. So of course, and there's not many drones here. There's not a Nidus canal that is connecting the wonderful ways underground from here to here. So Predator does have quite a few things that he needs to stir up, tighten up, get his game 100% going here. But he's got to have the juices flowing. Once you finally have some units that you can 1A, 2A for Zerg, then you start to feel a little bit more confident here. And the lurkers, they're getting down just in time. A nice spread, boxer level micro. As these Marines spread themselves out, all the lurkers are taken out. Look at this, the food difference, 42 to 93. This is just so tough, but he does have the Nidus Canal. Oh, this Nidus Canal is actually not connected to anything. And the dropship coming in for the killing blow. All the drones getting picked off at this 3rd base. The 3rd hatchery is going to be coming down here too. And this dropship is just proving too brutal. He didn't need 2 or 3 tanks. He didn't need 3 control groups of bioforces. Just a single dropship to provide a killing blow here as this hatchery goes down. And this is just going to be completely detrimental for the Zerg economy. But he does have the leg up. Remember, Consume is on its way. The Defiler is out. He does have the Hive Tech going for him. And these Zerglings are here to actually clean this up. So if he can get this hatchery back, if Predator can somehow get this hatchery up and running again, bring the lurkers into a better defensive location, he's got the Scourge here. But the Scourge were just a little off point. He needed to identify that dropships, if they did come, are going to be lurking at this top right area. I believe it was Fear the Queen who had to do good Scourge defense against dropships, and he was able to identify those key weak locations on Sniper Ridge 2.0. But we are getting in towards a later game here, 14 minutes into the game. And there's no damage that is coming down on this natural base. There's no threatening units quite yet. Oh, just a couple bioforces out here. But it is at 5 racks. 1-1 Marines. I imagine if we go over a double engineering bay is going to be kicking in here to get to 3-3 pretty quickly. Because once you get to 2 and level 3 upgrades, even for Marine upgrades, they do take quite a bit. Okay, so the Radiant coming down on another lurker here. And remember that we did see double starport here, so not only are dropships coming out, but these science vessels are going to work here too. This is the one counter to these Marines is this Dark Swarm. Remember, Terror playing against Flash had an amazing ZVT, but 5 racks overwhelmed him. He wasn't able to get the Dark Swarms out in time to take those critical engagements against the Terran player, which is why Terror actually lost the Flash, among all the other reasons of Flash being God. But, you know, we're seeing here that at least Predator is finding himself one slight chance to be able to hold on here with the Dark Swarms. This is going to be nasty, though. Remember, those dropships being out. This is a relatively exposed third because of the by-air transportation here. And we are seeing that the units are getting loaded up. I wonder if Koget has scanned, identified that there is this base down here at the 6 o'clock location, but the dropship will be heading towards that way. Meanwhile, let's keep an eye on the middle of the map here as units getting ready to threaten here out at the front. These lurkers, the lane's getting so close. So Skirt's trying to dive in here too. Are they going to be able to pick out the side hustle? Meanwhile, let's look. That's been overlooked. It's just over towards the natural base. Oh no, the dropship's actually going for the main. Meanwhile, the units are going to be pushing forward. Predator trying to apply even more and more pressure here as he makes his way towards the natural base. Looking inside here though, all the drones are getting pulled. The Scourge get picked up, so there is an escape route for these Marines if they need to make it away. Meanwhile, the Zerg units are gone. GG! Predator taps out game number 3, going to Koget one more time, 13 in a row. How does he do it? Wow. This is getting insane. Insane, insane, insane. 15 in a row. Can Koget really do it? Is he the monster we all predicted? Let's send this man to Korea. Okay, if Koget wins 100% of his games all the way through entire Fight Club, I will buy him a ticket to Korea to compete in the next ASL. Tall order, Koget, but I believe in you. All right. Even if he just wins 15 weeks in a row and doesn't win, you know, 15 times 5, whatever, you know, 80 games in a row. Even if he loses a few, but 15 weeks, Koget, I'm sending your ass to Korea. Maybe crate shipped because it'll be cheaper. Alright, let's go to scene 15. Let's learn a little bit more about Predator because we don't have much time if he does get eliminated here. We're going to have to see a monster 5-game comeback, really, at some point. Okay, it's time we went into this song that's called Fight Club here. Isn't that wonderful? It's all ice in the middle of Warsaw, Poland. A lot of ice skating in this central area. Alright, it looks like there's a lot of questions on the Twitch chat, so let me try and answer these real quick. Okay, so if you're looking for Week 4 signups, Week 4 signups are there all the way up until the end of this cast. And then they will be locked in. Alright? And in fact, I will try and bring them up right now. Week 5 signups. Week 5 signups will be starting as soon as I can get done with this cast. I haven't created them. If you can understand, with my friend passing away, I haven't had much time. In fact, I threw together this entire cast very, very late. So this has been extremely tough past 5 days, of course. Let's see here. I'm almost to Fight Club. Okay, someone said maybe download the Fight Club VODs later. Do you guys want access to the replays? Because I can provide all replays from this cast. Unless the players message me otherwise, I will put all these replays on the IC Cup replay page. Meanwhile, you can actually watch this cast again on my YouTube channel called Dark Archon of Ire, and you can find that link on my Twitch page, Bisu Dagger. So you can find that there. Week 4 signups here. Let's go ahead. I don't even know who's signed up yet, but there is version control. So for those of you who have been worried that maybe someone will delete your name, I actually go through and see that nothing has been screwy. And okay, it looks like we have 2, 9. Okay, 8 people who have signed up: Gutshot, DeWalt Toss, Ian Zerg, No Name, True Touch, Lewis, TY2, a Black Man PL, and it looks like someone's moving around inside Fight Club week 4 sign up. Someone doesn't eat fish. Okay, people are just saying hilarious stuff. All right, so let's get back to this cast because I am just eager to see if Predator can actually take a game today. Scene 13, please. Fight Club, week 3, Koget versus Predator. Reap the Storm. Oh boy, this is awesome. We need more Koget facts. You know what? I need to get you new Koget facts. I promise you if Koget wins, I will get some new ones. I wanted to send him new questions, but like I said, I know that it's an old excuse now because I've said it only like within the past hour several hundred times. But because of the funeral stuff, I was unable to do anything more than my standard preparedness. I turned that into a word. Deal with it. Okay, so on Reap the Storm, I love Reap the Storm. Oh, this is such a badass map. 3-player map, by the way. Here's the empty spawn location that exists up here at the top left. Meanwhile, we have at the top right our Terran player Koget and our Zerg player Predator. Again, Koget is 13-0. And he has shown some fun games, but he's always spawned over at this left-hand side over here where you can't see anything. And done some like weird quick starport tech. I wonder if he's gonna try and do more normal games. We see that supply depot coming down. He wants to have that spawn to the right SCV, and that will allow him to speed up his mining time just that much quicker. Someone was complaining, and someone who doesn't play StarCraft 1 was complaining about how, you know, one of the key things that actually cripples players that want to play StarCraft 1 is the ability to rally drones to our workers to the mineral line and have to constantly make them, and you can't queue them up. And to me, it's so laughable because anybody who plays StarCraft 1 for like just 8 hours even, if you've been taught correctly, you just constantly get in that rhythm of making workers. You know, it's just drilled into your head. All you D+ or higher players, the first thing you do is work on macro, making lots of units, cannon rushes, all those brilliant things that get you to C level. So very, very important. All right, so someone predicting that Predator will win this map, and people are saying that's actually going to curse him into a 5-0. But you know what? That's a bold prediction. And someone should put, you should put donation bets on these games. So players do donation bets against each other, and whoever loses has to donate towards Fight Club, because that would be awesome. We need more money to extend Fight Club from 10 weeks. I want to go to the full 15 weeks. So on top of the fact that I'm casting the next Africa Star League, so ASL 3, I'm going to be casting the Africa Team League this Saturday and Sunday. There is so much StarCraft to be casted. Plus there are some additional shows in the works, maybe not by yours truly, that I know will be coming down the pipeline, and I could not be more ecstatic for those. So you guys are going to be spoiled this year beyond phenomenal belief. Okay, so this drone is getting chased away. Both players know exactly where they've been spawned out here. And the extractor managing to go down. There is no refinery here. No slowdown of gas. Predator has everything under control. This is not a wishy-washy game, except for, what did I say? Koget, you rugged man, you, in your sweet suit, looking so suave. You've got your factory, and vultures are coming out. So vultures came out quickly last time versus Fear the Queen, and now we're seeing that once again. I wonder if this is going to get sniffed out, and once he does, is it going to force Predator to go towards Hydralis, or is he just not going to read into this vulture fake and continue to get his Mutalisk anyway? The machine shop coming down too. I guess you know, Koget likes making it happen. That's the bottom line here. And look at this micro, phenomenal play right here, getting all the Zerglings. And he only took like, what, 2 hits there? 1 hit to get him down to that 75 health. And this command center is coming up with limited defense out at the front. Just this nasty vulture, and it does come down. And is it going to get speed though? What's going to be this next upgrade coming out of the machine shop? It was built for a reason. Meanwhile, this vulture is out of range of the sunken colony. Oh dear, the woes continue. 19 drones, 2 Zerglings, 1 sunken that's just too far away from this hatchery. And now he knows. Now he knows that he should have built one a little bit closer. But the Zergling's trying to lead the hunt here. And look how they glitch on top of that vulture. That was really nice. Oh my god, that was really nice. Meanwhile, this SCV, while he does a little bit of misdirection, does make it inside of the base. The lair tech on its way. Okay, let's look. Speed, vulture speed. That's a great idea. Vulture speed, super nice. Nothing coming up from the northern end here, but there is a starport, and this is going to be the transition to Wraith play. Dear God, Koget, you know what to do on this map. Reap the Storm. Will we ever see an even game? So the vulture's cleaning things up still again. I'm using the word too much. I'm using beautiful too much. I need some other words. Someone give me some good descriptors that I can incorporate into my English language. I'm going to start reading like Robert Frost poems, and I'm just going to start quoting him. Oh, the vulture took the path less traveled. No, it doesn't work. I'm just not that kind of guy. Okay, so the Wraith is coming through here with 4 vultures inside of this mixing here. The drones are trying to help delay these vultures from getting up here. So the Zerglings do manage to pop their way out. Are they going to be able to combat this? You can see that they have their speed upgrade though, because that's the only way to compete with vultures, is to actually have speed on these Zerglings. But the micro manages to make it true and true. Meanwhile, this Wraith is still alive. But it's Spire play. I do enjoy that it is Spire play. Okay, we can see that this Wraith, it got 2 kills. 2 kills. It has burst lasers. Burst lasers of 8 damage. I mean, it is paltry damage. You know, do the math. 5 hits from a Wraith. And so it's just sad that the Wraith is getting any kill. Wraith on SCVs is more surprising here too. Oh, the vulture is going to be microed around those Zerglings one more time. Does clear out everything that's in-house. Oh, it does the vulture hits. Oh, getting jiggy with it. No. All right, and now the SCV will be able to produce this engineering bay that is so important. Huge lack of detection here that we see from the Terran player. But that will start to come down as turrets start to come into fruition with the engineering bay being complete. Alright, excuse me for the sniffles. As this vulture lays down the spider mine here, not too critical of a spider mine, especially since an overlord can float over there eventually. But I guess the drone's really pissed off because it was looking possibly to build a building right there. Another vulture is coming in here too, although it will finally get picked off. 25 drones in total. Meanwhile, let's look over here. I'm sorry. I was not focusing on these Mutalisks that are actually doing some damage inside this base. You have just written off Mutalisks at this point. You start to just not care at all. Yeah, but the Mutas here is just going to be attacking from the back. They might be able to get some damage here. Don't yell at me in chat. I have feelings. Okay, these Mutas are attacking from the back. And they take out the turret. I like that the Scourger in here too, just to absorb that additional extra damage here. Some SCVs going down. 34 SCVs. Let's see if the count is going to get any weaker here for them. I'm liking the micro so far. Predator is doing pretty well. Meanwhile, that's just a spider mine down there. Don't worry. There is no extra action going on. All the defense is going to have to be coming out here, including this Wraith. that might want to come in here to attack. 31 SCVs now. This is just going more and more south for Koget, as this Mutalisk damage is pretty decent, but the Valkyrie comes out. Oh god, do you see that micro? Do you see this Valkyrie micro? And it's coming in here, do the wombo combo, wham bam, thank you ma'am. And the Mutalisk down to 6 now, and they're gonna have to just back away one more time. Alright, so the Mutalisks are attacking here, picking off that Vulture. Meanwhile, yeah, no science vessels. It was just strictly that that Valkyrie. The Valkyrie's in the back here, which is just going to be so tough of a unit to take care of. The Scourge are with the Mutalisk though, and they may be able to engage and pick it off, and that would help cripple up Koget just a bit. And where are the 5 racks that we've been missing in this game? A 4th one is coming up on its way. Meanwhile, 3rd base down at the bottom right has come up for the Zerg player. I'm only looking at Mutas now because of your criticisms here. All of your criticisms have made the focus. In fact, I should select a unit and just, oh, whoa! Excuse my statement here. I'm retracting everything. Oh, I hit spacebar and it shot me down right down here. Of course that's not what we want to do. And so we have this additional building. Isn't this perfect? I love this. I think there should be a sort of cement round decal for every base location, so you know exactly where to put your building. And I like that the hatchery is just right in the middle, crystal clear here. Oh, Muto's attacking one more time. We're not going to miss it again, are we? We are just going to be pathetically obsessive over those units. Meanwhile, the Marines are starting to send them way south again. The +1 already finished. Mutos would be nice to have to deal with that tank. So let's see a non-overextension. You can see, looking at the unit count though, lurker eggs are on their way. So the morphing of lurkers is here. This Wraith actually identifies them right away. So this is gonna be like the slowest damage ever. You see that 1 damage total, because you can't just do 0 damage. That's not allowed. These lurkers pull themselves back just quickly enough here. And this is just delay eggs at this point, because if they get canceled, he may want to cancel at the end. But that's going to be about it. I don't see these units being any usefulness. Alright, so these Zerglings trying to pick up the siege tank. A rough move in here, but still. Okay, so you can see that the lurkers do get picked off. This is tough here because there's no Sunkets to defend at this natural base. But behind this, the Mutos come in here to start picking up these tanks. This is what I was talking about. Keeping those 6 Mutos alive. Well, now it's down to 5, but still, he was able to keep them alive, just kind of poke away at these tanks. One of the tanks goes down at the left side here. Another glaive shot or 2, and he will have that last final tank. A little bit of damage has been taken on top of that hatchery. There's still lurkers on the ground here, too, to defend. And man, Predator is microing his heart out. And he does it. He does it. He survives. He has 28 drones, though. And let's see what this SCV count is like at this point here. 32 SCVs. So Koget has actually not re-macroed SCVs behind this. He hasn't, the equivalent of droned up. How do you say SCV'd up? I don't know how to put it in the right tense here. But he's behind on his workers. Generally, we see at this point in the game that it's like 40, 45 workers for Koget easy at this point. But no, Mutos, lurkers, Lynx, all pushing forward, applying a lot of pressure here. And this may be Predator's game. Koget, are you going to lose your first? Things are looking pretty strong for the Zerg player as he pokes in here. And this is not the 50 unit differential that we're used to, but the drop! The drop! You thought I'd miss it, you sons of bitches, but no! We see the Marines are coming in here, and oh my god, they are pushing forward, killing off a lot of these drones, but several of them moved away too. And actually, a lot of them have been pulled away. The Mutos and Lynx are going to have to defend a huge critical building that could go down here. This Defiler Den, if it does, so crucial. And so now, the Lynx just responding a little bit too late, but I love that. The poised, calm consideration from Predator here. He was able to take a 4th base behind this, and so he is doing really well. Although, that muted the last of the Mutaflax. No, there's one more Mutalisk. Excuse me as I scratch my eye socket. Of course, I'm eyeballless. Or I'm the Cyclops and I have to make sure my lasers don't shoot out at my computer screen. Cannot cast effectively with the hole in my monitor. Key thing to note. Oh, the Lynx go for the drag, and they don't. They don't get it because the Vulture pickups are just way too sweet. Not a lot of mining here, but having that extra extractor is always nice. Do you see this? Floor hatch unused. Well, that was a complaint. That was actually a complaint here. I gotta pause. Okay, so if you haven't gone to the Fight Club thread yet, Cryok was putting in a little bit of a, you know, hey, could you please fix this? I keep on clicking or I keep on selecting the floor hatch, and I said, what the hell is he talking about? What floor hatch? But this floor hatch here. So if you're not a building clicker, but you're a building dragger to select the building, then you get this. Oh my god. So that's just kind of funny. All right, a little bit of note there. We learn something new every day. Meanwhile, we've got 1-1 Marines just balling out, 2 tanks in the background. The Mutaflock isn't there this time to try and pick off these siege tanks. But I love that the 2 Lings, actually the 3 Lings now, were able to get in there and at least do a slight bit of damage. So Koget's going for a 2-pronged attack here. I mean, this is just brutal, served on a nasty platter. Here we go, the blood, the carnage, the scourge! He gets the drop ships, clears out those bio forces. Meanwhile, this drone actually isn't a hatchery anymore. How sad. Okay. So this unimportant Evo chamber, I guess you could say, of all things to lose, an unimportant Evo chamber. And so it does get taken out here. There's just not a lot. Units coming out of these eggs are getting picked off way too quickly. And we saw Fear the Queen actually go for this tactic here. And the tanks, when they were just slightly further away, the lurkers were of no help. But in this case, they were actually able to pick off one of the tanks. So really nice here. But the Lings are engaging without lurkers one more time. The lurkers needed to be there. This is so tough having these 2 tanks at the north. But remember, there's plenty of hatcheries to deal with this. There's not a lot of production coming out of this. But the 45 SCVs that I talked about, meanwhile, a command center has been built at a 3rd base location. The drones, the hatchery, the natural base, it's gonna go down. Oh, this is gonna be reap the tears, as Predator looks like he may end up losing this game and going down 4-0. Oh my goodness. Cry of the storm here. I think this was too big of a loss. I'm not sure he's going to be able to recover. Now we do see that 50 supply differential that we were getting so accustomed to in these Koget versus Zergs. KVZ is broken. And this is just way too terrible. This is the problem. You guys should have donated towards the Zerg. Oh, the Dark Swarm does manage to land down here. There is still this hatchery that's on its way. It's getting attacked by that Vulture, of course. So it's not going to have any luck there for a really long time. GG! GG! And hearts out for Zerg as they continue to feel misery. This is like getting strapped down to a bed and having each limb chopped off one by one, but first prefaced with 1,000 paper cuts. Alright, is that descriptive enough, you sons of bitches? Why must I succumb to this torture? You guys are both tie wearers! Why can't this... You know what the problem is? I don't see a slick jacket hanging in the back. Gotta do the over the shoulder. Way too key. Okay, let's see here. We want to update this score one more time. An 0-2 familiar score here as I go towards, number 4. One game, please, just one game. Can't we see the Zerg win it? I'm not even rooting against Koget. I'm rooting for Zerg to do something. This appalling massacre. Okay, let's see. Let's learn more about Koget. Koget's favorite map, of course, you Terran son of a bitch. Of course. Can't wait to see who's going to be pulled into this next Fight Club week number 4. Okay, let's give you some quick music. Let's see. What kind of music do we want here? Well, yeah! Mortal Kombat rap! Bam!
Começa o
torneio. Quero ver quem eu enfrento. Será que é Johnny Cage que vou derrotar primeiro? Não entendo, não entendo. Pra lutar até tem jeito, mas é só um ator, então caiu no meu conceito. Artes marciais, quem domina é Liu Kang. Fogo em suas mãos, sua força é outstanding. Perigoso é também seu amigo Kung Lao. Chapéu com várias lâminas, ataque mortal. Sonya Blade ou Kitana, tem mulher que representa. Quero ver quem é que aguenta uma mordida da Milena. Raiden é deus do trovão, solta raios pelas mãos e ainda teleporta, mas é muito apelão. Sub-Zero vem contra mim pra congelar, mas ouve aí, se falhar é o seu fim, meu lutador. Já decidi, com Scorpion eu vou ir, tende ao fogo, resistir.
Oh, this is great, guys. You gotta tune in for this. This is just too cool. Alright, so I got, let me see if I can actually make my webcam even bigger. Oh, I can! I can. We can make this bigger. Alright, this is important. Look at my SpongeBob glasses, by the way. Alright, so anyway, this is what I got for my kid. I have a boy on the way. He's due in June. And if you want to donate for dinosaur swag, that's totally cool too. Because my wife would appreciate if I actually did something with the money that I got in these streams, other than just give it away. Okay, but this is what I got for my kid. You know how, like, when you're a kid, you get like a rocker, like a horse rocker, and you think like, oh, that's pretty cool? No. Alright, we have right here a Triceratops rocker. I am the coolest father of all time. Let me just go ahead and throw that out there. Because my kid is going to be sitting behind me, riding a Triceratops, watching StarCraft 1. It does not get more legit than this. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and give it an attempt. Oh, there's that thing in the front, which is probably why you can't see this very well. Alright. Yeah, that's right. Beast Dagger riding a Triceratops. This is probably the coolest thing you've ever seen. Welcome to Wednesday. Oh my god. I feel so exhilarated right now. This is by far the coolest thing ever. Alright. Let's get back. Let's get break. Let's get break. Rode a dinosaur. Now I'm about to cast more StarCraft. Oh, my coworkers are jealous. Alright. See. Let's minimize this. Let's minimize this. Alright. What about Koget? Koget, you Copenhagen motherfucker. Alright. About to win 15 in a row. We're getting dirty here. Alright. Are you guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. Let's go to scene 13, please. Load this up. It's getting hot in here. The man needs some AC. Game number 5, Bloody Ridge. Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Good pick here, guys. Good pick. All right, everything looks under control. The score, 4-0 set up. Predator going to be spawning at the top right-hand corner. He will be our Zerg player. 0 wins, 4 losses. Against the mighty Terran player Koget down at the bottom left. Koget, he is an undefeated Terran player, the heavyweight champion, 2 weeks in a row, looking to win week 3 right here, right now. Alright, let's go ahead. If you're not familiar with the map, Zerg players have had a lot of trouble on this map. Why? There's this just this really sucky choke point here that Zerg players just can't seem to get a handle on. I see that a fellow Zerg player out there calling it Balance Ridge. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Is there a 4 pull? No. Is there a 9 pull? Is there a 9 pull? No. This Overlord is on its way, of course. Every second counts this game. For Predator, he cannot lose it. This is absolutely important. Will Koget be playing players above C+ next week? Oh, brutal. You know what, Julia? I wanted to have just a 15-week Julia versus series. Like, screw Fight Club, let's just have Julia. But Julia would have to trash talk the entire time. And no one can complain about lag but Julia. Absolutely important. My favorite Zerg player. I said this day one. You can actually go back and watch that cast, Julia. If you don't believe me, I already called you out as my favorite. You know what? Love for True Touch. Love for Eon Zerg. Love for all you other Zerg players out there. But no one talks trash like Julia does, which makes all these events so much more exciting. Okay, so yeah, no pull is best pull. No, we see spawning pull up on the way before hatchery. It's going down. Okay, but you know what? Koget set himself up to defend against this because he's getting a nice little blocking wall against this opening here. It's gonna be tough. Crouching Tiger, hidden drone. Can it block the wall here? And let's see. It's gonna attack this SCV. Gonna try and get some sick damage here. All right. Yeah, you guys finally identifying it. 9 pull speed. We saw this once before. It didn't work against the 14cc. Skull! What do you think's in here? Vodka? Maybe. We need vodka. Alright. So the Zerglings are making their way down across the map here. Dead air time. That's no good time. The barracks pumping out 2 Marines already queued up. A southern barracks here. 2 SCVs blocking this. And a 3rd SCV being brought in here too. A 4th SCV being brought up here just in case. And if the repairs all go well, these Zerglings won't get in. This is the problem. Terrans are just too good at blocking these days. I love the hover SCV back towards the mineral line. It looks like the hole has been made. The hole has been made. It is opened up. Oh my god. Is this like reading the end of Moby Dick? Is this the exciting turnaround where he's getting ready to spearhead the monster he's been chasing the entire time and then just not actually able to make it happen? Oh my god. Talk about blue balls reading Moby Dick. You do not want to read that one. Okay, meanwhile, 3 SUVs up here to block again. More lings coming through. The speed is complete. So, off one hatchery, really. One hatchery full of just ling production here. 13 SCVs, 4 Marines, just a completely complacent, non-interactive Overlord here. 8 Zerglings are out, ready to try and do the damage one more time. This is tough. This is a lot tougher than the initial wall here. And those SCVs just, they you know, just cloak through everything. Blade walk, basically, back to the mineral line. All right. This is a real tough game for Predator to claw out of. Gotta already say, unless these Marines make a mistake and leave the base, then Predator's got some things under control. Okay, so he manages to hold down the corridor here. The natural hatchery is about to finish up. Lair first. So this is super fast lair for the 9 pull speed opening. I'm okay with this, but this drone I am not okay with. Oh! Why? Why is this map so cursed, infected, subject to the weird Zerg issues too? This drone is doing nothing. Imagine how many more minerals he could have as it just continues to sit there. This Overlord's moving before this drone is moving. Oh boy. My oh my. Alright. So 2 hatch Muta is good versus 2 racks. Yeah. Okay, so we see that stim is on the way. A Firebat has been produced, and I think that everything is okay because the initial SCVs, a couple initial SCVs got killed off. There was a lot of delayed mining time. There's only 16 SCVs total. A macro hatchery might be laid down here at 300. I'm not sure if he's going to do that or prioritize. No, he's going to prioritize Sunkens. So this is a good push out from Koget. Because Koget's push right here, even if it doesn't bust and win or do significant damage, it's delayed the Spire and it's delayed the macro hatchery. So this is really tough. And he's actually ignoring. He's just ignoring it. No. He's going to stay here like a man. He's going to man up even without medics. He's going to escape like a man and get out of there. Okay, the medic's going to work here. Yeah, look at my flashlight. You see these. Bat my pretty eyes at you soldiers. Okay, the Spire coming down inside the main base here. Finally, but still not a 3rd hatchery. There's just going to be this massive larva shortage. Meanwhile, up to 17 SCVs, 5 Marines, 2 Firebats. And, that's all she wrote. And there's an expansion coming down for Koget, who wants to get that extra command center before going in towards that 5 racks play that he has been playing out so well in every game. But here, we can see that it's tough. This is really a kind of an awkward base to defend for a while, because you can just kind of run up the right and try and get through this passage. And once you're inside the main base, then there's a lot of trouble for the Zerg player, as they have to use pure units to defend over there. But that's why eventually you would see, oh, here comes the stim, as they come in. Eventually you would see like an Evo chamber here and a Hydralisk den over here, to help block off the units so they can't get in there so easily. Well, you might see them kind of like here and here to help defend these sunken colonies. Alright, so the Spire has finished up. The Mutas are going to be on the way. We're on game number 5. Koget's undefeated. And you guys should have your blood boiling. Be absolutely pissed off that Predator is not able to take a game so far. And just be cheering him on hardcore here as he looks to try and take a game with this small Muta force. Meanwhile, the engineering bay timing is also pretty solid here, as the turrets are going to come up just in time. 2 barracks back here. Eventually, oh man, I was going to say eventually, but the barracks is brought over here. Now, remember, the command center has been canceled here. So this is really it could turn into a 1 base all in. Koget's identified, though. He doesn't want to get too spread out. That there aren't going to be a lot of units or turrets available to defend all his bases. So it's better with 22 SCVs to just mine heavily off this main base and start to tech upwards, which is what he's going to be going for here. 17 drones in total, 6 Mutalisks, 7 Zerglings that are just going to be sitting at home. A late +1 upgrade off of 3 racks here. And he just most importantly lifted this barracks over to this location to make sure it was defended by these nice turrets. As you can see, the missiles just slowly are fluttering their way towards these Mutas. 6 Mutas though, that's not a lot. Really, you'd want to see a couple more Mutalisks added in. And that's actually 5 that are attacking, because the 6th one is only just now catching up. So a small amount, which can't do too much damage. Meanwhile, there is no extra hatchery. Very, very tough. I mean, this is a typical Hyuk versus Zerg style game here, as Hyuk is someone who goes for low econ 2 hatch games very, very often. But you got to have that wonderful Muta micro. It's got to be on point here. Meanwhile, +1 is still working its way forward. There wasn't fire damage here, and if it was, it could have been repaired here. The Mutas, they looped their way around. They could have gotten the delay on the starport if they were able to pick off the SCV. That would have been one advantage in their favor here. Let's look again here. Nothing is actually transitioning for our Zerg player as we just try and poke in. So it's all about these Mutas. What's the count up to now? 10 Mutalisks. Okay, so this is where it starts to get intense. 10 Mutalisks. Predator has almost a full control group in here, and this is where the glaive attacks can do tons of damage on these Marines if they're not handled well. Especially, you got to give the room for these medics to actually get in there and heal off these Marines. Oh, let's look at the north again as it comes to attack on the left side. The control tower on its way too. The SCV has already finished up over here, and now is there a science facility that's going to be built? Let's keep a look at the south here in just a second. Oh, these Mutas are not getting any damage. Koget getting all the shots off the turret. Throwing down some monster shots here as the Mutas try and wave in one more time. There's an armory, but still not a science vessel. Out. Our science facility done. 24 SCVs, no expansion. Remember this. So as a third does come down, Koget is still stuck on one base. And that's a different story. These minerals, they'll only last for so long. If for some freakish way Predator can hold Terran down inside this one base for a really long time, then he can ultimately start to take an economic advantage as he does expand towards the third base. Another supply depot added in here, but it's the Valkyrie! That's what the armory was for! Because no way he was going to be able to glass with it! He's building the Valkyrie! So the Valkyrie coming out here, but he picks it up! He picks it up, and Predator is trying to make himself look like the most badass Zerg there is out there. All of the Warsaw ladies just dropped their loins and are ready to lay this man, because Predator is looking sexy as he does some beautiful Muta Micro against that Valkyrie. Oh boy. Alright, so +1 finish. These Marines pushing out. Some tanks added in here too. It's all about these Mutas here as they try and pick off the tanks. Another tank going down. Koget not having the best of luck with his mech warfare. Another tank looking like a Michael down here. Oh, but the Valkyrie comes in from behind. And the dual action attack here, throwing down so much damage. He can't afford it, so he pushes out with another Valkyrie. This is a 1 base attack coming out here. Okay, 11 Mutalisks, 3 Hydralisks, 7 Zerglings going on the offensive here. Are 15 Marines, 1 Firebat, 4 Medics, 1 Siege Tank, 1 Valkyrie, and 2 Immobile turrets, of course. Okay, these, oh my god, these Marines, they're picking them off at the narrow portion here of the map. These Marines don't know how to cooperate. Another tank is going to go down. Predator, he has reached into the bowels of the Zerg Overmind, pulled them out, and slapped them on his face, and says, "Witness me!" Predator trying to take a win off Koget, who is poised to take a 15-0 victory today if he wins out on Bloody Ridge. Let's get bloodier, you sons of bitches. Okay, the Valkyrie here taking off a quick kill on that Overlord. Count it, 1 Lieutenant Commander looking like a beast as he pushes forward into this Mutaflock. Another Overlord going down. Oh boy, the woes if that occurred. Meanwhile, looking over here, some lurkers coming down on the south. This Valkyrie can't damage these drones, and it's out of place as the Mutas are going to poke in here one more time to pick off these Marines. The Scourge barely missing. The Valkyrie heads itself south, but it does end up getting taken out. 9 Mutalisks still alive. Koget only just now taking his second base. A 3 base to 2 base lead. 26 drones. Let's look at this count. 28 SCVs. Predator is in a lead, dare I say. Oh boy, he's moving down towards the bottom left-hand side here, and I think that he can apply a lot of pressure. This Muta Micro has been so good, and where there's a tank, there's a Muta, and I bet another mech unit will go down here. It's not heavily defended, the turrets aren't there. He picks off the SCV that was building this command center here. Another one's gonna have to come in, and if he can poke in one more time, this command center will be delayed even further. Oh, the glaive attacks are, oh, they finally get that one target, single target attack here as he takes out the worker. Oh, and you dirty dog, he takes out this tank too. Yes, he does. He takes out that tank, weakening the ground again. So, looking inside here, only 3 racks, not 5. And this is really tough for Koget, who's playing a low econ game, one that he hasn't had to play in so many games. In fact, 14 games he really hasn't had to feel this kind of pressure. All right, let's take a look inside here. The 3rd extractor already taken, 33 drones. So behind us, while these Mutas are actually getting some work done, we're seeing that only now, just now, this 2nd command center is starting to kick in to overdrive this extra SCV production to try and get the work count up. And another Valkyrie goes down. Have you seen Mutas go to work like this before? They spit on their mother. These Mutas are just way too good right now. Predator is playing awesome. Meanwhile, Hive Tech on the way. Let's take a look in here. The Queen's Nest, 3 Sunkens. And what are we seeing? More Mutas coming along the path. This is just all Mutas. He's going to try and force this issue. Meanwhile, 2 lurkers on the ground. A late comsat station coming in. I would love to see some detection pressure from the Zerg player here. If he can pick up the science vessel too, these lurkers might do some damage. But all the Mutas coming in from the south, a full control group of Mutas just about as he continues to add in the pressure. He is dwindling away at this Marine count oh so quickly. And he starts to work on the SCVs at the refinery too. Dear God, Predator is a monster. The lurkers here still control the midway ground. Nothing can move out. The Marines are sitting at this bunker here for anything that might come at the front, but really they're not helping against the Mutaflock that is still tearing away, preventing SCVs from mining at this additional refinery. And this is getting overwhelming. Predator is there. He has a lead. Look at that food count, 79 to 60. The Mutalisk, only 9, but the Lurker count is starting to work its way up there. And is the Hive done? Yes, it is. And Greater Spire! We're going to see Greater Spire play coming out here. He's got to keep these Mutos alive. Oh, here comes. Get ready for the splits. Oh, split. Yes, he gets it. He gets it first try. The cloning works. Predator, he is on fire today as he manages to get the right Muto out just so efficiently, making that Irradiate do absolutely nothing. Oh, War, what is it good for? And these Lurkers starting to work their way towards the pressure here at these at the single bunker. 8 Mutalisks waiting for this Greater Spire to finish up. He's burned one of the Irradiates, but remember, there is another Irradiate that's going to work on its way. At least the Valkyries aren't out, so remember, that is a key thing here too. Oh, the Lurkers, if they can push in and burn some scans, that would be absolutely critical. He needs to actually get an Irradiate on those Lurkers to prevent the Irradiates from going down on top of the Mutalisks themselves. Wow, that's just Overlords at the back. I believe we just heard a Science Vessel go down from the Scourge. I apologize for missing it. Here they are! The Guardians starting to work their way in. All Guardians, no Devourers in the mix. The Devourers, while nice, are not going to be needed here. He's just going to be going all towards air to ground attack, Lurker to ground attack. And this is just going to be a vicious battle here. How many lings? 23 lings here too. Now remember, 23 lings can start to pour in here and start to guard the bottom too. So Stimmin here could kill some of these Guardians really quickly. This Irradiate is actually huge because the Guardian actually has to move its way away. But it's gonna sit nicely on top of this high ground area for just a short while. The Guardians do run away from this Wraith that has been built out. But remember, Guardian damage can be going down so quickly. The tanks, the Marines are feeling the burn. Oh man, I don't mean for that to be a political joke. Let's just erase that last 10-second blurb. But the Scourge trying to push their way in there one more time. And, you know, the Mutas aren't there to kill off these Science Vessels. How much damage did these Guardians really do? I think that they did their worth, right? I mean, those Mutas were only worthwhile for so long anyway. All their Radiates have been burned to take these out. The Wraith isn't there anymore either because the Scourge were able to help out there. And all the army units are getting taken out. Another Wraith does come. So another Wraith does come. The morphing unit here, I think, you know, does he cancel? Does he? No. Too late here. Okay, meanwhile, 32 SCVs. The SCV count's still really low. Meanwhile, the main base is almost mined out. There's a fourth base for the Zerg player down at the bottom right here, too. Predator has such a huge economic advantage. But remember, these Science Vessels are going to be key. If the Science Vessel count can start to stack up beyond 3, you get the 5 or 6 Science Vessels, now you're getting into some pretty tough territory. I don't care who you are as a Zerg player. And there goes the Blood Spatter report. Let's get Dexter in here to analyze who was responsible for this critical damage. Now, a lot of Zerglings are going to come in here. They only have +1 carapace, but remember, 35 Zerglings out into the fray. A lot of Marines that were added up here to look towards the top left. And Koget's going to find out that there's no base up there because there was the expansion down towards the bottom right instead. 40 drones so far. A re-macro can occur right here if a Predator wants to, but right now he's just trying to lay on the pressure at the front. By continuing to keep Koget from escaping, he's not able to actually work himself towards a third base. All the units over here too. He's going to catch these reinforcements coming over here quickly. The Lings with that Lurker clear everything out right away. Okay, so looking inside this base, there's no Nidus Canal quite yet, but there's so much map control that he really doesn't need the Nidus Canal. The Defiler's out though, and this Defiler transition is going to be pretty tough. Look at all the Wraiths though. And I think just quick Scourge work can take care of this. There's not fast Overlords yet. Scourge are coming down the pipeline though to come and deal with this. So this mixture of Wraith and Science Vessels, it's looking good right now. It's come out of nowhere, but I just don't think that it's going to be good enough. You know, these paper airplane type units can get cleaned up pretty quickly. So yes, this has finally allowed Koget to push out, but slowly he is just losing the bulk of his army. There's not the 5 racks, remember, so he doesn't have that bioproduction. He really only has these 2 starports, and as soon as this Wraith situation has been taken care of, I think that Predator can take this game. Of course, Koget is going to push forward with his 3 science vessels here. 5 Wraiths. Oh, unfortunately, the Scourge are not hitting the key units that they want to. The Bioforce is heading down toward the bottom right. This has been a really nice distraction. In fact, if he can get that Overlord, that would be really nice here. But looking on the high ground, Scourge getting picked off again. And 4 Wraiths remain. 4 Wraiths is that key number. As long as he stays above 3, he can actually pick up drones pretty quickly. I mean, really quickly. It's kind of rather brutal. But instead, they're just kind of fishing for units, picking off Zerglings, maybe, or Scourge, maybe finding a Defiler. That would be a huge win for the race while they are cloaked. Meanwhile, the units do respawn. Remember how he said he doesn't have a Nidus Canal? Nidus Canal would be pretty sweet right now. A D-Matrix coming down, the race joining in, and this is a critical economic base for Zerg going into the late game. So very, very important that this does get held, and it does. Only this D-Matrix Marine is going to survive on the ground. This race may pick off a few of the drones, but remember there's more and more units coming in, and Hydralisks are getting added to the fray too. So the expansion here has been denied. Zerglings actually ran in here, picked off this SCV, while all these units over here are able to respond too. There's a lot going out in the field also. A lot of lurkers just picking off everything. Look how much yellow there is, just occupying everything. The race trying to run back to actually deal with the Zerglings over there. Meanwhile, the Magic Eraser is going down, and Koget wants to get a lot of kills with these Magic Erasers. The drones need to get away so fast. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible, terrible. 34 drones now. And the race situation, like I said, hasn't been dealt with yet. Finally, he does deal with the race over there, down at the bottom. The Magic Eraser still looking for units to kill off. 34 drones, but quite a few hatcheries now. The Ultras Cavern with speed is on the way. And so all of this wonderfulness is still there for Predator as he holds on with 4 bases to a 3 base and low econ natural base Terran player. With, frankly, not a bit. 77 supply to 62, so it's still favoring Zerg and quite a nice way here. And what is the unit production selection here? So no more rates that are going to be coming out. More barracks are finally getting laid down. Finally. I feel like if Koget gets the 5th barracks, then he wins. Just because he hasn't lost a game once he finally transitions to 5 racks, despite how well the Zerg player has played. Oh, but what a game we're seeing. 24 minutes in. We finally hit a late game Zerg play. A ZVT that we haven't seen in quite a bit here. Koget trying to hold on, but I think this might be too overwhelming of a force as it does continue to push in. Oh no! Oh no, the sad face! Oh! GG! GG! Terran is beatable! Terran is beatable! And Koget, the 14-0 streak is over. Still, he only needs 1 more to win, but still cannot escape unscathed. Koget knocks him down. He does not get the bonus money. Predator here. Predator, if he comes back, I will double his winnings too. That's just the way it's going to roll. Oh, wow. We are just rolling around in this cast. We'll just take a quick minute break. Just because I need just the slightest bit of a breather here. I don't know what it's like to change the score on this left side. Bam. Okay, cool. Cool. Look at that, 4-1. Congratulations to Predator, the suave man on the left. Let's go to scene 15. Let's see. We've done. Let's go back to learning more about Predator here. And let's continue the music. I'll be right back.
Get over here. Finish him. You will die, mortal. Round 2, fight.
Cabal ou Smoke, qualquer não sou ruim. Você vai ver no fim, Player Taos. Ermac é uma legião, veja bem, sou apenas um. Mas pra roubar as almas, o melhor é Shang Tsung. Quem toca ácido, você já sabe, muito cuidado, é reptile. Não é assim tão fácil derrotar esse lagarto. Mas quem vai vir por aqui é o feiticeiro Quan Chi. Não me faça rir, porque se for eu dou Fatality. Sub-Zero vem contra mim pra congelar, mas ouve aí, se falhar é o seu fim. Meu lutador já decidi, com Scorpion eu vou ir. Tente ao fogo, resistir, não vou deixar você fugir. Vem aqui, get over here. Flawless. Yeah, haha, Mortal Kombat. Player Taos. É. E pra quem veio duvidar, tamo aí mais uma vez. Se liga, motherfuckers. Se curtiu o canal, toda terça é semanal. Se inscreve e dá um like que ajuda na moral. Sempre vou continuar na ativa sem parar. Vocês são minha força, tamo junto, vamos lá.
Alright, perfect timing right at the end of that song too. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, we are in a series now, guys. Predator has finally warmed up. He decided to stop playing with that trackpad, which means playing with the mouse, he can undo our two-time champion. Week number 3, let's go to game number 6 on Benzene. Oh boy. Of all maps, Benzene. Let's troll our way through this. Alright, spawning at the top right hand corner, we will have our Zerg player Predator. And down at the bottom left, we will have our Zerg player. Oh my god. Let's start over. Let's start over. No vision for everybody. Let's just accept it. My failures to speak is your punishment as viewers. Alright. Let's get this back. Let's get this back. Let's get this crack-a-lackin'. Our Terran player down at the bottom left won 2 weeks in a row, 14 games in a row, losing his 15th game, so 14-1 so far. Up to 6 SCVs already as our Terran player Koget. Alright. So, yeah, Predator played a pretty good game. Not just a good game, he played a pretty good game last game. But I feel like Koget actually kind of didn't play out as serious of a game as he usually plays. But I don't know. That's just pure speculation. If Predator can do this again, then I would start to think that maybe he's actually coming up with play that can actually outperform Koget. But, you know, it's 4 games in a row, and the time difference between Amsterdam and Warsaw might just be enough to be too difficult for one player to overcome. I actually don't know how close Warsaw and Amsterdam are. Is there a monster time difference? Is it like 1 hour? Those of you from Europe who are watching at 5 in the morning, I appreciate you guys joining in on Fight Club. So everybody else who's joining in too, please subscribe to this channel, my Beastie Dagger Twitch channel, Dark Archon of Ire YouTube channel. Watch my Africa Star League, Africa Team League casts Saturday and Sunday. I will be available just this weekend. Team Bisu, Stork, Best, C, and Gwimchi and Mind are all going to be playing out in a team bracketed series. It's going to be so much fun. I will be there for all of those games. All right. Oh, thank you for my for acknowledging my wonderful glasses. My wife went to get me some cool new digs, and yeah, she got me these. I look like SpongeBob. That's what I'm supposed to. I actually didn't know at first, so if you didn't know, that's pretty funny. Okay, so spawning pool after hatchery. Big news, guys. There's a factory in the middle of the map. What's he doing? Oh my god. Okay, you know why? Let's go ahead and take a reveal. For those of you who didn't watch my Africa Star League cast, where I actually break down all the stuff you can learn about benzene and talk about the differences between benzene and match point, well, look at this over here. So you have to go up this ramp and down this passageway, and you get blocked right here, but from right here you can actually pick off some drones. And so that is probably what we're going to be seeing here, is just some vultures sneaking their way in. Alright, let's get rid of that. We saw everything that we needed to go. A scouting overlord over here, though. A drone that's kind of running its way amok here to get its scout out to a fast creep colony. I guess purely because there's some anticipation that without scouting Koget too hard, there may be units that he's not anticipating. Okay, so this sunken, though, it really sucks that the sunken is here and not here, because with an overlord at this location, he could actually use the sunken to hit the vultures on the high ground, or tanks that camp themselves out on the high ground. Oh, by the way, ASL 3, it is coming on the way very shortly. I will be casting that too. I'm very excited for Season 3 of Africa Star League. And I don't know what the map situation is, but I will let you know right away as soon as I do. Meanwhile, 2 Zerglings over here, not going to be able to help out. Do you see what I said here? So imagine if this sunken was built right here. Suddenly you can mine from the mineral lines here at this location. So nice to know. Meanwhile, Lair is on its way. We have an evolution chamber inside the base here, and I wonder if this is going to be a lurker map. You can see, because of the lack of extractor here, that this is where things are gearing up to go towards. Jadong really popularizing lurker play these days. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, he could have microed the drones up here and just constantly mine from this location, boop, 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 like that. But instead he's just, you know, fully mining from these mineral patches. Now that's okay. Remember, so you're not so flush with drones that you can't mine just fully and pretty nicely still from the main base. But it's better, I guess, if you want to avoid that. But oh god, here comes the Wraith! Koget, you never fail to disappoint. So the Evo chamber is done. Remember the Evo chamber that I was worried about here. The Evo chamber is done. The Wraith comes out, getting 1 kill off of supply block already. The Wraith, it takes 3 hits as it manages to get its way towards this main base, and it can't micro the same way a muted can. And now it's just 2 hits away from dying. Meanwhile, look inside the space. The factory's been lifted back. The starport up pretty quickly. Engineering bay following up. And Koget is only just now getting his additional command center. But, and this could be sniffed out as lurker play here. The Hydro is then on the way too. Oh, look at that cheeky little spot that he has here with the Wraith. Okay, so there's no more Vulture up here. That's been removed. The Vulture is now over here at this location. Meanwhile, this Wraith, the Wraith is going to get a drone. Oh my god. So hopefully if Predator is paying attention, he can actually, yes he does. Oh, very, very smart play. He's going to move that drone up towards the north. And he's just going to continue to allow this building to take damage. The Hydralists come out here now, and unless this guy cloaks right away, which it doesn't, that Wraith is going to die off. I know it sounds silly that he got 2 spores to deal with that 1 Wraith, but he was honestly blocked, supply blocked, and that was the only way, the only optimal way for him to defend against that Wraith, because losing drones would be so much more costly. So building these spore colonies, as expensive as it was to have to deal with it, he just didn't have anything else. So I actually agree with Predator's play to get these spore colonies, and you know, it helps later when drops come in, or you know, potential eraser type moves come in. It's all alright. we can deal with it. Meanwhile, money scan goes down. Upgrade coming down for the Overlord here too. So drops is going to be on the way. Range for these Hydralisks is going to be on the way. And the Comsat station coming down because Koget knows that he's going to have to defend against these lurkers. Meanwhile, setting himself up with some tanks. The first science vessel is going to come out very shortly. This is so bio-light so far. But remember, 5 racks is his bread and butter. He's got 4 racks here. And with the second base, this is what makes Terran so difficult. And still 2 base to 2 base. This is why Predator isn't winning these games. He's not getting the faster third. He's not really allowing himself to expand. Now, this is a reasonable expansion for a Zerg player, despite the fact that there's no gas there. It is an option that you can take if you're feeling like you have to take a base that's closer that you need to defend, because this is a tough base to defend. There's a small ridge towards the bottom right, and then there is, of course, the ramp over here to get inside this base. And so it's kind of hard to guard both locations if you take that faster third. So all these Hydras making themselves across the map, they're going to turn into these lurkers. So they are ready to prepare themselves right outside this choke point, as close as they could possibly get. And no, Predator, don't play with our hearts, don't play. I guess that was a little bit of a scare for the viewers. He's just trying to make this game look super exciting. Okay, so the Vulture coming in from the top, still doing a scout around. I guess what he did see here, because he doesn't have an Overlord out, is that there is this bunker defense at the front, and the Marines are all unloading. So these 2 tanks have been probably the weakest part of Koget's army in all these games. They really haven't done a lot of damage because Predator's been able to pick them up relatively quickly. Meanwhile, we are seeing that he is just going to go for gold. He's going to take this gas base down at the bottom right. And you can guard this choke point. That's not so bad. Oh, the Hydralisk working so cruelly against this drone here that really wants to take the hatchery. The timing is strong here because the 2 science vessels already have 100 gas. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, just 1 science vessel has 100 gas. But very shortly, just 25 seconds from now, we're going to see that there will be that additional energy level on this Overlord, or on this science vessel. And you know what? Overlords are kind of giving away their speed, too. They're almost speeding themselves into death here. So a little bit of trouble there as Koget is able to just kind of catch them off. And Predator supply blocked. He is supply blocked. Alright, I realized I can't talk through my cup while I'm drinking water, so I just had to get that finished up real quickly. Okay, so these Marines going to be pushing the Hydralisk back. The Hydralisks are going to die off so quickly. No! No, Predator! Don't die like this! Don't do it! He lost a lot of units there. This is a huge differential, the 50 supply differential. And so he's going to go for broke and just try and bust down this natural base. Remember when I was talking about that Spore colony good against science vessels? Well, that's one of those cute things where it was actually good against science vessels. So here come all the lurker eggs. And Predator is literally putting all his eggs into one basket. As we can see the lurkers spawning out here. How good are they going to be as the invasion comes down? The invasion of Poland and Amsterdam looks to take over Warsaw here. Oh, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. I don't know if he can do it, but there are these units from the back that are going to try and flank in as the lurkers push in from the north. The Marines are caught up on both sides. Ah, GG! GG! He's done it! Witness Koget! Witness him! He is the winner. He has won 3 weeks in a row, 2 more, and he gets that awesome win streak prize. And then the bounty's on his head. Alright, I know you all are here. You're up late because you want to see the picking. So I'm going to start playing the picking music. Give me a second here. Let's switch over. I don't know how my screens are configured. Oh, one more thing. Let's get random.org on. Okay, so we've got this ready to go. Let's go to scene 14 for the picking. Let's see here. Can I refresh this? One more second. One more second. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So now I haven't started the music, of course. We need the music. Why is StarCraft music so cool? All right, here we go. Look at the Fight Club list. I know that you guys are ready. I know that you guys are. And actually, do I need to look at version control? Were you guys bad people? Let's see. All right, we're good to go. 2 through 9. Set the minimum. Let's set the maximum. Let's generate that number. 9. Blackman PL, the A++ player who doesn't eat fish. Oh man. Do we have another ZVT? Do we have another ZVT? Yeah, that's actually Julia. Can anybody confirm that Julia is actually an A+ player? Because I have to look up Julia. We have to do the fact check. I didn't do the fact check on Julia here. Let's go to Icy Cup. Let's do it. What an embarrassment if Julia was not ranked. What, did I get the name right? Nope. Here we go. Here we go. Let's look at this rank. Oh man. Are you guys seeing this? Let me go up here. Are you seeing this? A-. And then Blackman has a D- Dota ranking. No, this is the one we want, I believe, right? Is this the one we want? Alright, you gotta start practicing, Julia. If you lose here, and you just send Koget in a 4-week win streak. Oh my goodness. This is a bad blood match too. Oh, perfect. This is amazing. How can this be rigged? This is random.org. This is not rigged. You can see this, right? Generate. 5, 3, 4, 5. The fact that it got 9 is just absolutely phenomenal. Alright guys, if you want to, please donate for the continuation of Fight Club. I do appreciate all of your donations. Let's go over to here. Oh, I'm not on the right scene at all, am I? Let's go to this one. Looks like we have the winner again. Is going to be Koget. Let's get the slideshow out of the way. Alright, please, everybody donate your money if you want, just $1 or $2. It's always appreciated. Or follow. I will be casting this weekend on Saturday. Join me there. And if you watch my stream, you have a chance of winning a signed mouse pad sent to you from HK TV. So that's always up in there too. Once again, I am Beast Dagger. It has been a wonderful time hosting this as your solo host today. Hopefully I can get someone enjoyable to join in with me as we continue this Fight Club series next week on Tuesday. I love you all. Leave your comments on the Team Liquid Fight Club thread, please. The link to that thread is below. I do appreciate comments, silly feedback. Just make the thread look as exciting as you have made the Twitch chat look. Thank you again, and VODs will be available as soon as tomorrow. Good night.